There are more men.
We didn't say this.
On behalf of Troop 640, it's my privilege to welcome you to the Eagle Scout Court of Honor, Kenton Randolph and Christian Mora. Would you please rise for the posting of colors? Honor guard, attention, forward, on. Hold. Post the colors. Join us on the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you please remain standing for our invocation? So glad. Please stand for the invocation.
Bow your hearts. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come and celebrate something that we know you've been working in the hearts of these two young men for so long. Father, we thank you for the character that you built in Christian and in Kenton through all this process. We know those are the things that are important to you, those eternal things, the character, the stick-to-itiveness that it took for both of them to get to this phase of their accomplishment. And Lord, we know the relationships that they've also cemented will be eternal. And Lord, we know that there's a certificate involved in here, and we know that can help them. And we do, we pray, Father, that you'll cause that certificate and that recognition, Lord, to help them in their future. But Lord, we know that you did a mighty work in these two young men through all this, and that's eternal things, and we thank you for that. We give you all the credit and all the glory for what you've done in these two young men. And Father, we just pray that your blessings will be on them now. Let them, Lord God, go out with joy and be led forth in peace as they accomplish the things that you set forth for the next large thing in their life. And we thank you in the mighty name of Jesus.
Thank you, Brad. Will the audience please stand? Scout. Scouts, stay standing. All right, guys. What's up? Let's do the oath. Scout is what? Everybody. Oh. Go ahead.
I'll do my best to do my duty to guard my country, so obey the Scout law, keep myself physically strong, morally straight. Whoa. Did I just put on the spot? Morally straight.
Is there any Eagles in the audience besides the candidates? Please stand, be recognized. Tran, who's the director of the Scout office. Used to be a DE, so that's why I kind of, he works for the office of South Plains Council in Lubbock. He's going to be our speaker today. Would you two guys welcome him, please? At this time, I'd like two candidates. We're okay. Come up here. Come up here to the table, please. Christian Kenton. See, there's 12 candles, each one of those represent 12 points of the Scout law. Let's call one of them, each one of the light, each one, first one. Take on my Jesus. I'm used to saying them quick. I'm taking my time in doing that, so. Don't worry. Bear with me, just give me up. Thought I had one in there. Signs up, Christian. Scout is trustworthy. Scout is loyal. Scout is healthy. Scout is friendly. Scout is courteous. Scout is kind. Scout is obedient. Scout is cheerful. Scout is thrifty. Scout is brave. Scout is clean. And the Scout is reverent. Mason now.
I just want to thank the troops so much for inviting me out to get to see the Eagles kind of get their award. So thanks for letting me come out and speak. I kind of pieced together one of my favorite speeches about Eagles and scouting, just to kick off the event. And it's a big deal to get this award, this honor on all. And I think a lot of people look at it as the end of the line of scouting, when really it's meant to be almost the first day that you are expected to be that kind of moral center to that community, always helping, always doing the right thing, and always being prepared. So remember that as you move on, that even though this might be one of the last times you wear your scout uniform, especially if you're going off to college or something, that doesn't mean you stop being Eagles. You're always an Eagle. So with that, the speech begins. Scouting teaches young boys to be good citizens and trains them to be leaders. But we always wonder how. Since really early times, people have always looked to lawgivers and to the wisdom of lawgivers to guide them along their path of duty and honor. From the Code of Hammurabi to the modern court system, most laws have written with the do's and don'ts. You must or you must not. They either command or prohibit. But the Scout law, what y'all just took, It doesn't. It's simply a statement of fact. It's what all Scouts do, whether they're Eagles, whether they're Cub Scouts. It's just what Scouts are, and it's what Scouts are about. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Teaching Scouts to live by these words in every part of their daily lives is Scouting, is how Scouting makes good citizens for the future. I've worked at the Scout office for going on my 5th year now, right? And I think a lot of people, the tired Cubs that come in, the parents that come in, they come in and they think, oh, my kid's gonna go camping a couple times, he's gonna catch a fish, he's gonna tie a knot, and that's what Scouting's about. And then over the course of time, whether tiger, wolf, bear, all the way through eagle, they really learn that it's something more and something way more powerful than going out to camp a couple of times. So Lord Baden-Powell, the founder of Scouting, said, "Scouting is a game with purpose." You've all seen the pictures of the boy kind of helping an old lady across the street. That's kind of the image, the Norman Rockwell image that people have when they think of Boy Scouting. But it's much more than that. Scouting provides an opportunity for boys that they would never get to try otherwise. And, kind of my Scouting story is the fact that I was never a Scout. I grew up in Amarillo, Texas, I guess 27 years ago. And I grew up on the really bad side of town, the east side of town. And the office there didn't think we deserved Scouting, or didn't think any parents would want to do Scouting. So not once did someone from the office go to our school to try to recruit, or not once did we ever encounter Scouting at our school. And unfortunately for a lot of my graduating class, a lot of them did wind up in jail, did wind up going down the wrong path. And while I do this job today, I always think about what if they did get the chance to become Eagles and learn the principles of Scouting and good citizenship, and what that would have changed. So with that being said, parents, leaders that are here today, thank you so much for what you've done in helping these guys do what they do to earn this honor, because it's not just about the Scout, it's about the community kind of coming together to help guide the Scout helping the community, and really just forming that bond of citizenship. Some people say that playing sports makes the man by teaching boys good sportsmanship and making boys strong. However, each time a boy says the Scout oath, he promises, in part, to keep himself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. So contrary to sports, Scouting is for everyone. It's not the most capable parts of the group on an outing, while others wait on the bench for their turn. Everyone goes, everyone works together. Older Scouts teach younger Scouts to learn until they're old Scouts and they become the teachers themselves. Everyone has something to contribute in the Scouting family. Everyone in the Scouting family has taken the time and had the perseverance to make Scouting happen. And you'll see on a lot of the Scoutmaster's uniforms and on a lot of the Scouts' uniforms that there are patches to show everyone that they're ready and have become a useful part of society and earned their merit badges. And with Eagles, they have to do 21 merit badges to get on the road to doing their Eagle Scout project. And it really is the symbol to the Scout itself, how hard he's worked to get to this point and earn what he needed to earn to really develop into the pinnacle of Scouting. And they get to their Eagle project and they have a choice of who or what or how they want to help within their community. They can help the church, they can help the school, but they make that choice. They have the leadership to make that choice and choose what they feel being a good citizen is most helpful in their community. So again, I commend y'all on that. So some interesting scouting facts. 26 of the first 29 astronauts were former scouts. That's pretty cool, right? Gerald Ford is the only Eagle Scout president, but of the 108th Congress, 216 former scouts. There were 216 former scouts and 22 Eagles in that Congress. And it just shows, really, all these facts that I'm about to read off. It really shows how much scouting has made a difference to our society and community, and how much Eagles really kind of have always, for the last 105 years, kind of shaped America for what it is, and what former scouts, whether they are Eagles or not, how they put it to use. You know, of the 100 scouts that joined, of any 100 scouts that join, only rarely will you ever see one get to juvenile court, or wind up in juvenile court. 12 of the 100 will be from families that have never been to church. And through scouting, 12 of those families are brought into church for the first time ever. So that's important to remember, that a lot of times, 12 out of 100 of the families that, never been to a church before, scouting is their way to this place, Six of the 100 will become pastors, statistically. Each of the 100 will learn something about scouting, and almost all will develop hobbies that will add an interest to the rest of their lives. Approximately one half of those 100 that we just randomly chose will serve in the military to varying degrees, profit from their scouting training. At least one will use it to save another person's life, and many will credit it with saving their own. 4 out of the 100 will reach Eagle Scout rank. So congratulations again. And at least one will later say that he valued his Eagle above a college degree. Many will find their future vocation through their merit badges that they did on their way to Eagle. 17 of the 100 boys will later become scout leaders and will give leadership to thousands of additional boys. Only one in 4 boys in America will become a scout. But it is interesting to note that of the leaders in the nation in business, religious, and politics, 3 out of the 4 were scouts, or had some sort of connection to scouting. And as I said earlier, to kind of kick off the speech, just because you get your Eagle today, it isn't the end of your scouting career, whether you stay with the organization or not. It's the first day that you are kind of deemed, fully developed in our citizenship development program side to go, you will always do the right thing. You're always going to probably be prepared, and you're an Eagle Scout, always and forever. So, like a golden pebble of service dropped into the human sea, it will continue to ripple in ever-widening circles, influencing the character of men down through the ending of time. So, take that little quote that I stole from Beta Tau, and think of it that every time you do something good, every time you teach another youth, another person in your community, that it doesn't just affect that one person. It affects whoever they touch, whoever they, help out. So remember that as you walk out today, that it means a lot, and that you're always expected to do the right thing from now on. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. I looked at my notes. The 2 candidates, please rise. Repeat after me. For the Eagle Scout oath. I reaffirm allegiance
I reaffirm allegiance
to the 3 points of the Scout Oath.
the 3 points of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
Thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations
the obligation
and responsibilities
and responsibilities
of the rank
of the rank
of Eagle Scout.
of Eagle Scout.
On my honor,
On my own,
I will do my best
I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example.
my rank and my influence count strongly
Making my rank and my influence count strongly
for better scouting
for better scouting,
and for better citizenship
for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my context with other people.
in my context with other people.
To this,
To this,
I pledge my sacred honor.
pledge my sacred honor.
Yes, sir. This time, the parents and the candidates please come forward.
No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice and helpfulness from your mother, which you have helped lead us to this day. As a symbol of what your mother has made possible, the court now asks you present your mother with a miniature eagle pin. Your father has stood by you over the years and has offered his encouragement and assistance. As a symbol of what he has contributed to your attainment of this award, the court now asks you to present him the miniature eagle pin. Eagle candidates, it is my privilege to pronounce you an Eagle Scout, and it is with this distinct honor and pleasure that I present you with the Eagle Scout Award, which I will ask your mother to pin over your heart. Certificate signed by the Chief Scout Executive and the President of the United States.
Thank you.
Congratulations, good?
Once again, thank you, Patrick. Once again, two candidates, please come forward. It's my honor as a Scoutmaster for 361. I need to replace your membership.
We would like to thank our parents and our guests for joining us in our celebration. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of this.
Also, we'd like to thank our community and all the support for us during our journey to Eagle.
Please join us afterwards for a small reception. There's a couple of tables set back there, some of the accomplishments the boys have done over the years. We go look at them. It's been a journey. Patrick said only 4% to this point of the Eagle Bank. And I'm proud of both of these guys. I've seen them grow. There's some hard times, there's some easy times. We had fun along the way. We had some sad moments too, but most of it was pretty fun. So please join us after that. At this time, I declare this Eagle banquet adjourned. Color Guard, please come forward for retirement of the colors, please. Color Guard, attention. Here's the colors. Retired colors. This, I